Eddie G. TV. Eddie G TV. Eddie G TV. Eddie G TV. Eddie G TV. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm just chilling, man. So I can ready to rock this dope interview. Um,
I'm
I've been
excited. I'm
sitting,
excited.
I've been sitting this morning, like, I've been watching your battles for a bit, but I refreshed on some this morning. And, man, like, one thing I noticed, I wasn't sure if it was in two different battles. But like I thought it was hilarious, like how you kind of like drop your water and like you'd be setting up a scheme and you can you start looking around for your water and you pick it up and you make sure you have your water in your hand ready to drink it right at the end of your punchline. And I was like, man, like that's skill in its own, like right there, like.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Is that something like I don't know, what do you think that is? Because
If
like
I'm
I
if I'm what like it's natural. If I'm well prepped,
yeah.
where I'm not overthinking anything, like it's very easy to like kind of tap into like the audience and like grabbing things around and then just like going back into my material. If I'm not concentrating, if I'm not memorized, nah, I'm not doing nothing. I'm there stiff, just trying to wrap all my material off type shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That shit is kind
But
of natural, I guess.
But I guess I can see that because like before the interviews I used to perform and with the mic cord sometimes it get tangled up during the middle of your performance.
Yeah.
You just keep rapping while you're getting your mic cord
While that shit is
untucked,
all
right?
tangled up.
Yeah. So but you're still rapping it, so like I can definitely see how that comes. But yeah. So I just watched your Real Deal one again. I watched your DNA one. I watched your franchise one. The franchise one, I was like the one line. I was like, are you still in sticking to the projects? Like,
Always,
what was
always,
the glue?
always. Yeah, like kid, like school glue or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I was like, that shit was fucking. That was super dope.
I appreciate that.
But yeah, like you got a lot of battles. Like, what do you think is like one of your best battles?
My best battle. I don't know. I don't have my. I don't really like. Hmm.
Like,
Most enjoyable.
I'm
Most.
saying, like, best battle for people to watch. You did really well. Your opponent did really well. It was a classic. Like, what would like if like somebody was just
Me and
finding out
Peppy
about
probably. Me and Peppy probably.
yeah.
Peppy, Real Deal, DNA. Those are my favorites.
I
That's for
remember
sure.
what was it in the summer there when I was interviewing Woody Smitty and he was telling me he's like, yo, I'm about to drop this battle like, and I was about you and Peppy, but like he like during after the interview he's like, yo, you have to watch this battle when it drops. I think, oh yeah, and then I think he just pulled it up because like it was already uploaded or whatever like that, but it wasn't out yet. And he was like,
I
"Yo, like you have to see this. Like this is fire." And yeah, it was. And I was like, definitely.
I
But
appreciate that. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I think Pepe's definitely the most enjoyable battle for me. Like I enjoy the back and forth of it completely. Real Deal, DNA, Bricks, Belvedere. Those are probably my favorite battles.
what do you think about when people do like personals? Like I laughed at like when Pepe was like he did his round and you kind of like said at the end you're like, you're a real asshole for getting that personal. Like,
Yeah, well, it doesn't. The thing about that is I don't take it too seriously at all.
yeah, yeah,
Me and Pepe have been friends for like years. Like obviously it wasn't real personals. He just kind
yeah,
of it's kind of genius the way like battle rappers can do. We can take a thin bit of truth and like stretch it with a bunch of cool stuff around it type stuff. So I didn't really take it that hard. I've had a couple battlers try to go personal on me. I really don't feel any type of way about it unless you fucking find info about like a dead relative or like something like that and like just
right.
posting up pictures. If you have to be wild disrespectful to me really budge out of my character, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like when in the real deal battle when he said the whole part and he's like, hey, that one part right here, I kind of exaggerated that. Like, and I like how he did that in that battle. I think that was kind of cool. Like he was like, hey, I just made up this story, but like, you know, it tells you it's all imaginary. Like in the battle, I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. Yo, Real Deal's a fucking legend, bro. Real Deal is like an angle god, you know what I mean? So like
Yeah,
he can spin and twist the story in his direction so easily, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Like and he's a legend, man. Shout out to Real Deal. Like me and him actually go like since our battle, like what was it, like 2 years ago or something like that. Me and him have been like real close. Like that's my dog. Like that's like a mentor to me. Whenever I have to like go talk about bars, punchlines, the politics behind I always hit up Real Deal. That's my guy.
Dope, dope. So, yeah, like, what do you think about people like talking during rounds? Because I watched I forget who the guy was. It was one of your old King of Dot once, and the guy was like you said a couple lines, and the guy was like, "Yo, you're trash," and then like the footage cut, and like, what do you think about like people like talking during other people's rounds?
Uh, I don't really have no problem with it because I'll talk during your round too if you want to talk during mine.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I really don't take like that shit to heart. Like you know what I mean? Like if you're completely like shutting the like trying to over talk and just ruin the battle, yeah, that's one thing. But if you're like kind of like chirping me during my round, like I just know that I'm hurting that I'm stinging you enough that you have to
yeah.
fucking react like that. You know what I mean?
I think it's all right if the crowd is reacting and you're not rapping at the moment and somebody says something like the opponent says something while the crowd's reacting while you're waiting to. I think that's a good time for the opponent to kind of like throw in a little jab.
Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. That's a definite.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, what's going on with you right now? I guess everybody's not battling right now. Um,
Yeah,
what's going on with you? All this
like
quarantine stuff.
the quarantine shit is kind of ridiculous. Just staying safe, staying healthy, keeping to yourself, social distancing and whatnot. And I hope you're doing the exact same thing, my guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's it's a it's a little bit it's a little bit fucked up right now because, which is it's kind of funny because the week before it started getting real serious, where they like completely shut down like all of America and started like doing like literally shutting down cities and stuff like that. I was actually supposed to head out to Texas
Wow.
and someone said yo my guy he's apparently Joey versus Rubando is dropping Monday, so I'm excited for that.
Oh, dope, dope.
But yeah, no, I'm just kind of glad because I was supposed to hop on a plane and go out to Texas for South by Southwest for the Culture. It's a battle league out in Austin.
Yeah.
Shout out my dog Trebo. The card was gonna be hit like crazy. Like me and Chilla Jones were gonna be on it. They had Swamp on there as well. It's it kind of sucks, but at the same time, I'm glad we didn't get on that plane because probably we would have all got infected from that trip, or more
Yeah.
susceptible to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like the week after that we were supposed to battle in Texas, you see all these fucking numbers pop up of like 80,000 cases, and like a bunch of them were in Texas as well. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't get on that plane. You know?
Yeah. So like what do you think if we're in quarantine for like a long period of time, like what do you think like the battle rap scene is going to do? Do you think like people are going to do like online battles, like how we're just doing an interview like this?
Definitely. If it gets to an extreme where we're going to be on quarantine or a lockdown for almost fucking a year, 6 months or something like that, battle rap is going to obviously have to adjust and change to it. But at the same time, a lot of these guys make their money off this stuff, right? So
Right.
if there's no way for a battle rapper to go and perform to make his money, he's definitely not going to be giving away his rounds for free.
I'm saying like yeah, like not maybe that not like on online like Instagram Live or something like that, but maybe like how different leagues have different apps now,
Yeah, like
so they can go on
so
Skype and then they can record it or something like that, and then
pretty
put it
much
out on
like
the apps.
there's a cool concept that Lex is doing right now where they build like they did a grand prize and a pot of like $1,000, $2,000, and they're having rappers from all over doing this tournament. Smack is also starting to do something as well, where they're doing like they did just release Tay Rock versus Mike P via phone call, right?
Yeah.
Me personally, my guy, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Unless you're paying me to do a video battle, or it's something that I want it that interests me to do one round, I'm not gonna do video battles. I'm sorry. I'm a performer. I like money, and
Oh, for sure, for sure.
to keep the fans entitled, like to keep the fans active and to keep them excited. Yeah, I'll drop around here and there if we're really held up in quarantine that long. Like I had a battle coming up. I was supposed to be in England, April 25th in Brixton, England, and I was gonna be battling Shocks the Rebel, which is like one of the top tier guy, like top 10, top 5 dead or alive from the UK. You know what I mean?
Oh, oh.
And he threw a shot on me. He did a little video blog, a little round of like a minute, 2 minutes of material. I saw it, and that's the only video I responded. I did like I dropped like a good like 16 or 32 bars or some shit like that. But beyond that, I'm not really going to be getting into the video shit unless you're paying me to do it, or like unless I feel like, inclined to do it like Lex does. Oh, there's a pot of money for $1,000. Besides that, bro, I'm just going to sit. I don't take as many battles as it is anyways. I'm very strategic. A lot of these guys like just to jump out the window and battle a bunch and shit like that. I'm not like that.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that, but like when I was looking up your battles and stuff like that, there was like one this year, one that year. Like it wasn't like
Yeah,
all in one year. Yeah.
yeah, like the last 2 years, I've really slowed down my pace. Like, it's not that my love for it, or it's not that my love has changed for it. It's just the simple fact of like, once you kind of make enough noise, like, like all of 2016, 2017, I was going crazy. I was just trying to get as much notoriety as possible. And now it's just about taking matches that make sense. So like Shocks the Rebel, that makes sense. He's one of the best he's one of the best in England. I'm one of the best in Canada. It makes sense. And it's my England debut. But like smaller battles, I'm not really into. I want to take battles that matter and want to make an impact on the culture, or just an impact for me or the battler I'm battling, right? I just want to have great battles. So like shit like me and Pepe, if I could do one or two of those type of battles a year, I'll die happy. Like I have no problem. Like me and Pepe on such a small league, on such a small amount of views, and it blew up out of the water, right? So that type of shit to me is what I'm about. Like I'm about great battles, something for the viewers. Besides that, I'm not trying to battle Stab Wound Steve for $500, $1,000. You're just not going to see me do it. You know what I mean? My talent, my brand is worth more than that. You know what I mean? My time is my money. You know what I mean? Money is time.
Definitely, like me, I'm like a person that has put like years into like what I've done, and the same with you as well. And at one point, I was thinking about stopping, and my buddy said, "Hey, like, because like so many people were doing interviews and just is becoming oversaturated." And like one buddy said, "Hey, well, it's different to be on IGTV with like all my history than it is to be on somebody that has just started interviewing."
I feel you.
And I was like, you know what? I'm like, that right there. It was like, yeah, I'm gonna like restart my shit and and come back, and because I wasn't doing interviews for a while, I was just podcasting, and people just kept on saying, hey.
I'm glad you're kicking it back into high gear. If you ever feel like there is too many battle rap bloggers or stuff like that, don't, because there's a fucking million battle rappers. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So like stuff like that, like. We need you guys more than ever, you know what I mean? As many as there are battlers, we need as many people covering it. You know, there are a couple of people in media that have their own intentions beyond actually, showcasing talent and talking about future battles and shit like that. But like the few of you guys that are actually kicking and doing it, you guys need to stay and help it, because you guys make us more popular. You guys make us heard. You know what I mean? Like we need people like Eddie GTV. You know what I mean?
And also like I've been to battle rap events, and I'm a fan of the culture, and like when I hear the bars, so like I've gone just to go, not for like anything like for any other gain, just to go to enjoy it, right? Like I've been so like and like watching a battle, like a lot of people don't know if they've never been to an event live compared to on footage.
Yeah.
Like I've been like at some places and thought like somebody killed somebody on like in the building, and then went back and watched the footage, and I was like, oh shit, it's like a different battle.
Yeah, no, it's so weird. Like, and I feel like that's one of like I can relate to that a lot. Like, I can feel like if you beat me in the bit, like the way you can't really beat my right. Like, I'm not trying to sound cocky or whatever. Just the
Yeah,
what I concentrate on my pen and my performance. Right. If you beat my performance in the building, you're losing on camera. If you can somehow beat me in the building, majority of the time you're losing on camera. To me, when
yeah,
people sit down and they actually get to sit and rewatch and being able to replay the line, that's
yeah.
what makes me win
Well,
half the time. Even if my performance is shitty, the material justifies me and keeps me at a certain pace in the battle. You know?
I'm actually interested to see you live because I don't think I've seen you live yet.
Where do you where you at? Are you in Canada?
Yeah, yeah,
You're in Canada, right?
yeah. I've been
Bro,
to like
next. Mm.
I've been to like Beast Mode, and I've been to King of the Dot.
You've been to a
But
beast mode event, bro?
yeah,
Oh, Lee, how come we've never linked up or even maybe I wasn't there or some shit, or I was probably
that
drunk or
was
something?
like super years ago.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah, like well, I can't even remember. Yeah, it was like in like this Chinatown area. Like it was kind of like
Yeah, the boat. I guess
yeah, it
it's
was like
market.
super years ago. But yeah, definitely interested to see you. Whereabouts are you? You're in New York?
Nah, I'm in Toronto. I'm from Canada too. I'm from
Oh yeah,
Toronto, Ontario, right? I
yeah,
know I sound like sometimes I could be from fucking New York.
yeah. Well, I heard you saying about the states and shit like that, and I figured.
Yeah.
But no, you're in Toronto.
Yeah, no, I'm a Canadian. I'm a Canadian battle rapper. I'm one of the few,
Oh, dope, dope.
which I'm actually happy about because there's only like fucking 10 of us doing this, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
On a big scale at least, you know what I mean? Not even like a handful of us really doing it on like a major, you know, which is a big thing to me because Canadian battle rap has taken a hit over time. Like we used to have our own little subculture down here in Toronto and shit like that, you know? And then just all of our artists kind of fell off and it just kind of just went down the drain. So like the very few of us that are still doing this, like besides like Sharon and Pat Stay, like Franchise,
Yeah,
Peppy, me, Chrome, and even Trevi are the remaining few that have kind of putting some sort of impact into this game still.
yeah. What do you think about everything Sharon's been doing? Like I've interviewed Sharon twice.
Uh-huh.
He's a cool guy. I think he is like who he is on camera, like that geeky kind of like guy. Like I
He's
find
that like
he's the exact same way in the interviews, and like I like people like that are kind of like who they are. Like me, like
yeah,
a lot of people like really people that like been around me a lot, like know like I'm the same way I am in this interview that I am in
definitely,
person. Like
definitely,
so
definitely,
like
definitely.
but what do you think about everything he's done with like Wild and Out and shit like that?
So I personally, I personally don't. Sharon isn't one of my favorites.
Right, right.
Do I respect what he's done for Canadian battle rap in general? A
That's
hundred
what I was
fucking
kind of.
percent.
That's what
You
I'm
know what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah.
100%. Like he's not my cup of tea. Like he can write, he can rap. He's very talented. It's just not the style that I do or the style that I look forward to, the type of content that I listen to. He doesn't really pertain to that. But to say he hasn't put in some of the most work out of anybody in fucking battle rap history is obnoxious and ridiculous to say. Like salute to Sharon, like he's one of the few, and he's very like freestyle champion. Like he's crazy, you know what I mean? And he's done a lot for the culture itself on the Canadian side of things. There are a couple things that bother me, like the little bit of antics that he gets caught slipping with, like pulling out plastic guns, getting slapped in the face, pulling out a
Yeah.
Crip
Yeah.
flag versus fucking Arsenal the Rebel. Like that kind of stuff is fucking ridiculous to me, and
Yeah.
it
Me
kind of
too.
puts a bad taste in my mouth. Like it just makes us look stupid as Canadians, you know what I mean? Because half of us aren't really like that. And if you ask a Toronto kid, but
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
respect him completely for what he's done. A motherfucking legend. Can never take that away from him.
Okay. And yeah. Actually, I've actually wanted to come out to like before all this stuff happened, like I noticed King of Dot really hasn't had like too many like Toronto events in like a while. They've been doing every like all over the states and doing. I'm waiting for a big King of Dot Toronto event.
Well,
Um,
the reason being because of that is that it's so hard to get a venue in Toronto for a hip hop event or a battle rap event. They
yeah,
overcharge a lot. Oh, my bad. Someone just called me real quick. But
yeah,
it's just kind of hard to run a full size King of the Dot event in this kind of climate right now, because the reason being is because there's not such a big fan base in Canada as there was as before. You know what I mean?
right. Like I went to one at the Opera House. I think it was World Down 4,
Yeah, great
and
event.
that was a great event. It was like packed in there, and
That was
it
one of the
was dope.
biggest
And
events they had. You know what I mean? That was a big event.
yeah,
Is that event with Pat Stay versus Sharon? Or am I thinking Blackout 5?
no, I think that was Pat Stay versus Arcane.
Arcane. So yeah, that was that Opera House. Yeah, you're right. That was a fucking huge event.
And like battle rap crowds are crazy. Like people see that battle on footage, and
Yeah.
it's different because like I remember being in the building and Bishop going to the front of the stage and saying, "Hey, who thinks Pat Stay's gonna win?" And the whole place just went like crazy.
Erupted.
And then like he went, "Oh, do you think who thinks that Arcane's gonna win?" And it was like crickets, and like
Yeah.
so it was like when you watch the battle and you see Arcane's getting no reaction, like he had some dope bars in there, but like
If
he was getting
you
no reaction because of the whole being exposed by Diz, right?
tainted it now ruins your career. You know what I mean? That's like some fucking like there are a couple guidelines or a couple rules that are unwritten in battle rap.
Yeah,
Believability, no snitching whatsoever, and writing your own material. Those are
yeah,
like three major things that will get you fucking, and that will get you kind of like fucking blackmailed or blackballed from the
yeah.
fucking, you know? So Arcane had some of probably the best writing I've ever heard him spit. And I know personally Arcane. Arcane can really write. Arcane's really nice
No,
as
he
well.
can. Yeah, he
But
is.
just the simple fact of him getting exposed like that is
Yeah.
what caused him to. He could have been spitting the best. He could have been rapping better than everybody that night. He was still going to lose, no matter what.
Oh, for sure, for sure. Definitely, I could tell that by like the crowd being like even before the thing started, like everybody was like just crickets when they said like his name, like and then
So he said, I remember his first try. He said some phone tap, like your jaw wired or some shit like that. That was crazy. Arcane was wigging in that battle, but
yeah,
I don't know if he wrote
yeah,
it.
like you said, you can't win in that situation, right?
No, you can't, man. And it sucks because he tried to keep up with it after that, but it kind of just completely killed his career after that. Like battle rap was no longer a possibility for him.
Do you think how much do you think that happens writing in battle rap for like people writing for each other? Because like how much do you think that happens?
Well, I'll tell
or,
you
or,
one
or,
thing.
or even getting one line, or even like let's say like people are going over rounds with each other and say, "Oh, hey, you said this part right here. What if you say this line after this?"
Well, there are definitely if you have friends in this stuff, people are always going to be showing material to each other, and then friends will have ideas. It's kind of like working in the studio. If you're making a song
Yeah,
and you're there and you're thinking of an ad lib, and your boy's like, "Yo, why don't you add this in there?" That's normal. That's not sitting down and having someone write your material.
right.
There are a lot of. I'm going to keep it real with you. There are a lot of groups. There are a lot of group of writers that they just
Yeah,
sit and write material together or fling ideas off each other. When you have a brotherhood, who can tell you no, right?
yeah.
But I will tell you, I found out recently that some of the biggest stars in battle rap, there's one or two of them, I'm not going to say no names, nothing, actually have had material written for them by someone you wouldn't even believe.
Wow.
And I'm not going to say who it is.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I'm just going to wait till the info finds itself out. You know what I mean? Till it makes its way in and exposes itself. Like that's just personally what I know, and I wouldn't throw anybody under the bus like that, anyways. But it definitely goes on. It definitely goes on. Some of your favorites have ghostwriters.
Well, even like we were saying, like just the little bits of like helping and stuff like that. Like back when I was doing more songs and stuff like that, I'd be recording at my mate Burns' house, and like he'd be like, "Hey, take out that and right there, or
Hmm.
take out one word, or add this one word in here,
Yeah, like that's not
just to kind
that.
of make."
That's not really
No,
like
no, that
having someone
I
else
think
do it. You know.
that's completely okay in my books.
You
I
know,
think.
like I had friends in this game that they'll throw me not throw me ideas, like they'll throw me like a line that they're working on or something like that, and I'll give them a way to edit it or switch something to make it sound more potent, or vice versa. They'll do the same thing for me. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
just that's just a creative process, and if anybody considers that ghostwriting, they have no idea what ghostwriting is. Like, rap,
right.
lyricism in battle rap is, I know it's held to a higher standard than music in itself, but there are many writing groups in battle rap, just like there are in fucking music.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
It's crazy.
I,
You're probably wondering who has the ghostwriters, aren't you?
you know what? Like, sometimes, like, I don't know if you're really like, you can have your own conspiracy sometimes, because like sometimes like you'd be a fan of somebody, you
Yeah,
watch a couple of their battles, and then like I don't know, you hear something, and it's like this isn't like their normal.
that their normal way of penning.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, that you're right, and there could also be ways of elevating too. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
sometimes you
You
might
really
see
don't know. You
someone.
don't really know if it's like if they just elevated or they actually got a writer.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
yeah,
I'll tell you straight up. Your favorites have some of your one or two of your favorites have a ghostwriter or someone that pens them ideas. 100
yeah,
fucking percent. 100%. 100%. I know personally, but like,
yeah, yeah.
you know what bothers me the most of anything? It's not even like how, like, for me it's almost meeting a couple of these artists and these battle rappers, these big artists, and first loving them, and then once I actually meet them, like I fucking hate them. Like I hate their, like, you know what I mean? And then I just automatically don't become a fan anymore, you know?
I hate that too. I met some rappers and some battle rappers that when I met them I was like completely like, oh, I don't like this person anymore, and it's hard to like even be a fan of their stuff. But on the opposite end, when you meet somebody and they're super cool, it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, you're
You
more of a
fucking
fan.
love them more. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you're like, oh man, like you just get their shit that much more, right? Like so
Definitely, definitely.
it's definitely the opposite. Like some of the people that I met, I was a big fan of Shot Claire, like
And what, you
in
met him and you hated him?
no, no, like I was a big fan, and like when I met him, like he was just so cool and humble, and like I was like, oh man, like just I
You
went back
just
and
loved
listened
him
to
even
all his
more.
shit even more, like and then like there's some people that I've met that are complete assholes. I'm not gonna mention their names, but it's like I can't even take their shit in the same, right?
I feel you on that. Like, I met Shot Claire, and I was like, "Yo, this guy." Like, I used to listen to him for fucking years, right? And
Yeah,
then once I actually got to meet him and shit like that, I was like, "Holy fuck, this guy's a fucking legend!" Like, he's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Mad humble, mad good dude. You know what I mean? Shout out to Shot Claire, boy.
yeah, yeah. Definitely shout out. Um, I'm gonna talk to him on here because like even after the interview, like I know it's a couple times he just liked a couple of my shit, so I'm like that's dope, man. Like he met me
That's what's
once
up.
and just checks out my shit, and you know, so definitely gonna try and get him on one of these right here.
That's
Yeah,
what's
like
up. That's what's up.
speaking of like the quarantine shit, like this is one of the reasons why I started doing interviews like this. 'Cause I wouldn't even really thought of this because I like to do in-person interviews,
Yeah,
but
I've
it's
seen, I've
like
seen, I've seen you and Woody Schmidt's interview.
yeah,
So I've seen what you do. You guys sit down, and
yeah.
it actually looks like a cool environment. Hopefully, when this is all over, me and you can do a real interview after.
True, true. But even with this, like I'm gonna keep doing these because like I can interview like anybody in the world,
All over the world, yeah.
right? Like so if I can't meet up with the person to person, it's like okay, like we can just do interviews with anybody across the world. It opens up to a whole new like
Yeah,
shit, right?
definitely. That's a definite. That's a definite, my guy. That is a
So
definite.
so who are some people like when this whole thing wraps up like that you want to get in the ring with, you want to battle with?
Big,
Like
small, doesn't matter.
doesn't matter, just people you
Uh,
respect their
Real sick. real sick.
I just watched the one with him and Eddie
Loco.
I.
Oh, and Eddie I. Yeah, I watched him and Eddie I.
That was a fire battle.
Fire battle. Shout out to Eddie I. That's my dog. King
I need to
Jables.
get Eddie I on the show because it's Eddie GTV on with Eddie I.
Gotta get Eddie I. Gotta get
Yeah,
Eddie I on it.
I need to make that happen. I need to make that happen. But
Definitely.
yeah, you're saying both the guys.
King Jables. Real sick. What's homie's name? He just battled B Magic on King of the Dot in Cali. The new kid that's popping up. Fuck, what's his name? Saint as well. Saint's also asked to battle me like a million times, so sooner or later we'll get it popping. But besides that, those three guys that are new up and comers that I really like that I want to battle. Then Chef Trez, Immaculate, Pat Stay, Disaster. If I ever got
you and Il Mac, I think it'd be a good
great match.
Like style wise, I think that'd be a really good battle.
Great match.
Yeah.
I'm looking into. Don't worry, we got some things cooking in the works.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
I think that'd be a good matchup right there.
Fucking even bro. There's a lot of names that I'll battle, you know what I mean? Just to have it under the resume, but for things to push my pen to the next level, there's only a few that I would battle, like Immaculate, Big K, Fresco. Fresco's probably one of my top guys that I want to battle because people say there's so many comparisons towards each other. Disaster as well, because there's so many comparisons towards each other as well. So those are the two major battles that I kind of want to get out the way if I'm ever given the opportunity.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but for newer, I'm really trying to stick to pen heavy guys, or pen just people that are good with their pens. So like KPs, Saint, Real Sick. Those are guys that I consider have really great pens. If I could ever get Holohan to come back, just for the simple nostalgic reason that he's fucking the god on drugs, and I'm WAP god. You know what I mean? That sells drugs. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, for the purpose of Canadian battle rap, a legend from back in the day versus someone that's coming up, like it just makes so much sense to me, and like our aggressiveness would like stylistically like match up so well. I feel.
I think so too. I think that'd be a good battle. That reminds me, like, what do you think about, like, I think one of the classic battles I've ever seen is him and Pat Stay.
Him and Pat Stay was incredible. I just feel that Pat Stay was just. It's exactly like the kind of thing that happened with me and Pepe. In my head, when I look at it, Pepe tried too hard to really attack Pat Stay, whereas Pat Stay just rapped, kept it cool, kept it G, had a few pointers here and there, and then just, I just feel like no matter how much Holohan was doing in that battle, it's just Pat Stay was a step ahead of him.
Oh yeah, I think
white Snoop Dogg, I can moonwalk with steel toe boots on. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that shit to this day I can say that. You know?
And again, Holohan with don't act like you better, man. We smoke crack out of the same old Pepsi can.
That is wild.
That was fucking crazy bar.
Even what was a good battle? What's his name? Holohan and Cortez.
Oh, classic. Yeah.
Fucking incredible, man. And that was probably the best Holohan I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Writing wise, he took a 3-year hiatus, came back and battled Cortez, had a great battle. Cortez probably had one of the top 5 or top 10 moments in battle rap with that third round. You know what I mean? That
third round was crazy. You know and and so many people have done that now. Like, use that. Oh, we'll wait until the third round. Like that's become a thing in battle rap, right?
Yeah, it's a thing now. He created a wave. Cortez. People don't give Cortez enough props as well, man. Cortez was one of the.
I think he's ill
out here. You know.
He doesn't get the praise either. Like I think he's dope.
He don't, man. He really don't, bro. He Cortez, no matter what, even if he has an on or off, that is still Cortez. That is still a legend in this game. And I feel like all the top tiers kind of downplay him as much as possible. Bro, you fucking fuck around with Cortez. That boy catch you slipping and smoke your boots.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
And he'll always have one of those moments. Like, I feel like he's very good at storytelling, and not in the sense of like he's built like, but he can build a narrative around you and totally change the perspective of the battle completely. Like he did it with T-Top versus Cortez, and talked about his mother and him selling dope to his mother and shit like that. Like that shit is incredible, harsh to deal with, but incredible
Yeah.
just to really think of and put it together. It really changed the narrative. Like, because when you look at T-Top, you're like, yo, cool, dope dealer, getting this money, this and that. Oh, he's hard, he spits that. But when you really hear that he sold dope to his mom, like when he raps about it, about selling dope to his mom in one of his battles or some shit like that, and Cortez finds that line, picks the narrative apart, and really pushes it. It's like, damn, from cool T-Top about selling drugs, you're like, wow, you're a dick. You sold your mother drugs. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and it switches the whole, like, you know?
Even like the Cortez with the Holohan battle, for him to go in to King of the Dot and use that angle, the whole Bruce B angle, that was
Crazy.
like, it was crazy for him to do that. Like, like that was a crazy angle to go at.
That was
You know?
insane. And it's such a harsh subject to talk about.
Right,
But
right.
like, you can tell, like Holohan really felt a type of way about that. And even Cortez felt like, you let your mans die, da 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 da. Like, you can tell it even hurt Cortez, because if that was my bro, like, what would I do? You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
that battle was stupid. Like, oh my god, I don't have it all upstairs or whatever. Like, remodeling the whatever. He had one of the hottest lines in that battle. The whole something about a piano, like a church piano or something like that, and like gutting it out. Like, Holla had
Yeah.
some crazy shit in the first or second round that still sticks with me.
Since we're talking about like classic battles, like I'll name off like just a couple, and we'll go through like them shortly, if you know which ones.
Go ahead, go ahead.
One of the early ones that I really liked was Dumbfounded versus Kid Twist. Do
That
you know
was
that one?
Yeah, that was, of course I know that battle.
Yeah.
That was one of the first million viewed battles on King of the Dot as well. In my
Yeah.
humble opinion, Dumbfounded is a legend. Not my style of battle. Not a
Yeah.
classic. It's not it's a classic to the cult. Like, I get it. Like, it's a classic to the culture. To me, that's not a class. Like, to
Okay.
me, that's not a classic. Being racist is not, like, I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
I come from a different class. Like, I got friends and stuff. Like, I can't take it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I
Right.
get it.
Right.
It's all within fun and love and games. You know what I mean? I just
Yeah.
personally, great battle. First million view battle on King of the Dot. That is not a fucking classic. If I watched that right now, I would be so angry watching it, because just how old it sounds, and like
Oh
how
yeah. For sure.
disrespectful it is. Like, Kid Twist, legend.
Yeah.
Kid Twist, legend. The one thing I'm pissed about Kid Twist is that fucking garbage ass movie that he thought would be fucking incredible for the world to see. That bodied shit. You and
I never
Joseph
seen it.
Kahn, hang yourselves, and Eminem included. That shit was horrible. White kids,
Okay.
you know who likes that type of shit? White kids, super white kids. That's how they got jumped into this battle culture.
Oh, yeah.
Super nerds. That is not. I wanted a movie that shows the beginning of battle rap and how it started. You know what I mean? I didn't care about some university kid that's never gotten pussy that just got jumped into a culture and just started battling. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Kid Twist. I'm
Yeah.
not interested in
I've never
your
actually
life.
seen. I've never actually seen it, so
You know,
I don't know.
salute to everybody involved in it. It's incredible because he had that whole movie had some of our biggest stars in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a good look for battle rap in general. It
Yeah. I
didn't.
put a lot of eyes on battle rap too.
I guess so, because it didn't do enough, in my opinion.
Okay.
It didn't do enough. Like,
Well, I didn't even watch it, so I don't know.
famous people from all over the world be like, bro, did you watch that bodied movie? The only people I saw talk about it were battle rappers or battle fans. No, it did not extend outside of our culture, in my opinion, at least. No one that I know, like, really watched that shit. And, like, salute to everybody. It gave everybody a film credit. They got to be in a movie for their first time. Oh, cute. But
Yeah.
that shit was fucking trash. Minky,
Yeah.
fucking garbage. Give me a real fucking battle rap movie. You know what I mean?
Okay. So like I was gonna say name a couple battles. So
Sorry, I'm real passionate about that type of shit.
oh no, I don't be sorry. Like be passionate. You know, that's what this platform's for. You know, like I want you to say what all the shit
Say
you
it
gotta
with your
say.
chest. Say it with your
Right?
chest.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, shout out to by the way, shout out to Fork Farm. My man's the last time I went to an event, man's gave me a button. I don't know, I just touched it and remembered that I had the button on there. So shout out to Fork Farm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
yes,
another,
yes, fucking sorry. Tommy Spitz is on the line. That's my homeboy. Yes, Tommy. Body, the worst movie of all fucking time for battle rap. Like if you want a good fucking hip hop movie, go watch Get Rich or Die Trying or like fucking Belly or something like that. Don't be watching no fucking battle rap movie about white kids and trying to get into the no one gives a fuck about Kid Twist's start in battle rap because that's basically what it was, a flimsy replay on how he got into battle rap into California and shit like that. Sorry, not interested. Love you, Kid Twist. Good guy, great guy.
okay. So another battle that I was gonna bring up was Disaster versus DNA.
Disaster versus DNA, fucking classic. Fucking
Yeah.
classic. That is a classic in my opinion. That was one of the final battles that was one of the like when that battle first came out and I watched it, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I was blown away. Like
Oh, me too. Yeah. Like I was like, wow.
for the sheer factor of the lyricism involved that Disaster brought to the table, like some of the most elite writing I've ever heard. You know what I mean? From
Oh yeah.
a multisyllabic standpoint, you know what I mean? Get 8 and with punch, get 8 sideways like the number infinity. You should this shit in bars and delivery, like that whole shit, bro. And then on the other spectrum of it, of how DNA came close, in my opinion, watching it now, it's like, damn, DNA barely prepped for that. So, and
There's a lot of freestyle in there.
isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that someone a complete like, and I thought Diz won even years ago. You know what I mean? That Diz won, and sometimes I think like, damn, like DNA might have taken it, but I always go, I'm with lyricism 100%. But it's so crazy how someone that is spitting fucking the most fire you could ever fucking hear, and it's getting counter flipped by exposing the Canadian shit, rebuttals. Oh my god, like. That battle was crazy. It showed you the spectrum of an elite writer and elite freestyler. You know what I mean? And then just
Exactly.
together. Like
Exactly. That was
sorry.
that was
Ahead.
like that was one of the craziest battles like I seen at the time. One of the lines from Disaster that kind of like just like popped in my head was when he was talking about DNA's mother weaving through the shit, and then like she got stuck in the corner, and like you're really good at backing out.
Because you're really good at backing out. Oh my god! Like I split wigs like a salon beautician. That 38 is special, like your mom's condition. Like I still know that shit. I still know that shit. But DNA's mom's not actually retarded.
I heard that. I heard that.
She's
somewhere.
not retarded, bro. She's not retarded. You know what I mean? So like. And that was a lie started before he battled DNA or whatever. I forgot who said it initially to
That's actually something like I was gonna bring up like when I was watching battles earlier. Like somebody can really make like a lie about you in a battle. If they rap it really well, people are gonna start believing that.
Yeah, I know it could stick forever on top of that.
Yeah.
Why?
So like, what do you think about when people like really kind of like paint a picture of somebody like, and I think like that has to be like to be able to do that to somebody, you have to be like a really good battle rapper to make the world believe that this lie, but like now it's like in stone that like this is about this person. Like, what do you think about when people write like that? Like,
I like it. If there's a narrative for it or if it makes sense, I'm totally for it. But if I've never heard of these two rappers and this guy's like, you know what I mean? Like, say I'm watching these guys battle for the first time ever and he's like, did you know this? Like, bro, I'm not going to believe nothing. His mother sucks dick for fucking bus tokens and shit like that. Like, like spins this whole narrative. Like, I'm not going to care. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I enjoy it. Of course I enjoy it. I enjoy every form of battle rap. Even if it's not my favorite, like, you know what I mean? Like, I like the one thing that I always had trouble with, at least in battling, I hate jokes. I hate telling jokes. I'm not a funny, like, I'm naturally like a cool, funny person. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
fucking hate telling jokes. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm not.
I mean,
But
like I like lyricism and I like jokes if they're done well.
yeah,
I think one of the really good battles that has a lot of good jokes is Pat Stay and Head Ice.
bro, Pat Stay and Head Ice is probably my favorite battle of all time.
Like the jokes back and forth are like
Incredible.
hilarious. Even the intro, he's like, "Yo," I said, "Yo, if you want to start your shit off like that too, like."
That's
That's
my shit. Yeah, I see you do that.
my shit.
My shit's like he said. Like, hey, what do you say? He's like he sleeps on a wooden board with nails. Like
Yeah.
that shit is hilarious.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's another battle too. Like I think is
Well,
a
I put
super
a gun
classic.
on before an outfit.
Yeah,
Hard.
this is some fun shit, some style shit.
And yo, shout out to Head Ice is a fucking legend, man.
For sure,
Head Ice,
for sure.
Head Ice is the god. Like if there was a Mount Rushmore for faces of battle rap that started this shit, he's on that motherfucking list. Between Lions Den and everything like that, like legend. Like salute to fucking Head Ice, man. He's one of my favorites.
What do you think about battle rappers doing like their own podcast now? Like Math Hoffa has his own podcast now.
I love it. I love it. It's
You check that one out? I've seen quite a few episodes of that. I think
I've
it's some good shit.
I actually quite watch it a lot. I watch it quite a bit. Quite a bit. Just the guests. Matt's been doing it for so long that he's built connections all over the hip hop community that it's so
For sure.
enjoyable hearing the stories of these other battle rappers, other people in fame or the industry or entertainment in general. My favorite. My fucking favorite.
Yeah, yeah, that's a dope podcast. Yeah, like I just watched the one with Royce the other day.
Yeah, that was a good one too. That was a real talk. Like that was a real conversation. You know what I mean?
Oh,
If you
for
ever
sure.
get a chance, watch him in Immortal Technique.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, go watch it. It's on the My Expert Opinion.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
Super good, super good. Like Immortal Technique has so much knowledge to share. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like this one girl at my work, she wore one of those hats. You know, like you ever seen the meme where it's like if somebody's wearing this hat, they're gonna rap about pyramids and shit like that.
Yeah.
So when I seen her, I was like, oh shit, she's a Immortal Technique. Like,
Shit.
uh,
Wild. Wild.
yeah, like Immortal Technique, like man, like he has one of the most crazy the Dancing with the Devil song. That shit's like one of the craziest stories ever. Like what do you think about that? Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Pardon me, say that again?
His song Dancing with the Devil.
Of course I know that song.
Yeah, like
Who didn't listen to that who didn't listen to that song as a 14-year-old child and get fucking
right.
chills?
Yo, that shit, like I was like, oh fuck, like yeah,
Crazy.
crazy
Live.
storytelling.
Incredible storyteller. That's a dying breed in this art form nowadays. Actual storytelling.
Right, right. So yeah, like who do you think like do you think there's any like industry rappers that could actually be good in battle rap? Like people have said like they want Eminem or they want Royce or they want somebody to step into
Yeah,
um
I think they'll do good to a certain point, like, but I don't really think a lot of these guys can just come and do what we do.
like Cassidy got like washed.
Honestly, I was one of the few people voting for Cassidy when it was time. I was like, this is going to be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And he just doesn't get it. He just doesn't get it. A lot of these guys don't get it. Like, I feel like, especially now, there aren't really any rappers that can really do that. Like, there's a couple that have tried, but they've all been fucking garbage. Joe Budden, King Los, fucking, oh my God, like
Cannabis.
Cannabis,
Yeah.
fucking 40 cal, like, yo, you know what? They do all right, but it's not to the level that we expect or want. You know what I mean? There are a lot of guys, like, I feel like Jadakiss will do the best out of a lot of guys.
I was gonna bring up Jadakiss. His new album is fire too.
bro, he has the perfect formulaic delivery that matches the cadence of battle rap. You know what I mean? He will hit line, boom, line, boom, line, boom. And that will be back to back. Depends on how well he can structure punchlines behind it and add everything else. There's not a lot of people that will do that. Like, a lot of these guys can survive maybe one round. And then after that, it could be a fucking train wreck for you. Like Eminem, like Eminem, like people, I do not want to see Eminem battle. You know what I mean? For the simple fact that I get it, he's gonna be going up there talking about fucking syringes and dixes and flimses and binges and skinses and dinses. Like, I'm not trying to hear all that, fam. It's gonna be crazy because the whole crowd's gonna go crazy. Like, oh my god, it's Eminem rapping on a stage, and then Pat Stay starts his first round. Pat Stay starts his second round, his third round. You're getting cooked.
For sure.
Imagine someone like imagine Pat Stay versus Eminem.
Yeah, I think
Pat Stay will hover over this guy and be like, Marshall. Yeah, come on, little buddy. You're 40 years old. You still having temper tantrums? Grow up. Like, it's a wrap for you. You're not winning a fucking round. Eminem versus K-Shine. K-Shine is going to dog walk you. You're not ready for this. You're gonna have that. I feel like Eminem will have lyricism and it will be better than a lot of rappers we've seen, but I do not. It's not enough.
Top tiers. I guess the top tiers would smoke him.
Yo, bro, like, it's not even fair. Like, Reed Dollaz is on his, like, what, 10th battle, 8th battle, and he's still getting the hang of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's to the level of a mid-tier in my opinion. Legend, Reed Dollaz, motherfucking legend. I can never take anything away from him. Done more than I could ever do in my entire life. Made more money than I will ever make. But even to that level, it still isn't, you know what I mean? The level that I want these guys to come and battle at has to be, if I consider you a top-tier artist or in that nature, I need you to be that level in battle rap as well. You know what I mean? So there are a couple guys like King Los did fucking garbage. I'm sorry, like King Los can rap. It was fucking trash. Joe Budden, trash. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I respect
Styles P could come and wreck shit. Fucking bro, Remy Ma would do better than half these clowns. And Remy Ma came from this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, like, yeah, she definitely had a battle back in the day. Like, Fat Joe was telling a funny story. He's like, man, she's fucking platinum and fucking going out and battling people in the streets. He's like, what the fuck is she? Like,
bro,
Fat Joe's funny interview.
On Fight Club, if I'm not mistaken, he battled on Fight Club or wherever.
Lady Luck.
Or it was wherever it's wherever. It's the same shit with the table where Hollow and Arsenal battled.
Yeah.
And French Montana's used to battle before as well.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Go look it up. French Montana rap battles. Coke Boy alumni from the beginning. Skinny French, big chain on.
Dope. I'm gonna have to check that out.
But yeah, I don't think there's a lot of guys that can hang with battle rappers. Like, battle rappers are literally the elite lyricists nowadays. Like, the way we would look at artists like Talib Kweli and Royce and stuff like that, there are a couple still kicking. Yeah. But the true lyricism is battle rap. Your hip hop music is no longer about that. It's not going to be about that.
Even like some of them have said that too. Like they're like, hey, the lyricism is in battle rap. Like, I've heard in interviews big-time rappers say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like they definitely respect the battle rap community. Like the true lyricist ones. Like Royce, in the Math Hoffa podcast, Math asked him if he would step into the ring. He's like, the amount of time that I'd have to take to prepare, because he's like, I'm gonna take this serious if I take it serious. So he's like, but he doesn't have the time the amount of time he wants to prepare because he wants to take it seriously, like, right?
Really prep and really write the best he possibly can to give his full potential showing in battle rap. I get it, but even then, Royce the 5'9" is a great lyricist, better than I will ever be. Most of these guys on wax can't come into the arena. Like, they can hang for a round or two, but that stage, the people, you will get overpowered. Yeah. Certain rappers will just walk all over you. Battle rappers are not to be fucking played with. You know.
So, like, how do you go about your writing process? Like, let's say like you have a battle, like how long is the time that like you find out about a battle and like how do you prep?
So say the timeline of a battle, I get booked for a battle. The event's 2 months from now.
Yeah.
If I like the battle, if I'm excited for the opportunity, I'll write that same day that I book it or the same week that I book it, I'll write around,
Yeah.
and then I'll leave it alone to like the last 2-3 weeks of the battle, and then I'll look at it again, and then
Okay.
I'll finish writing. Usually, I don't like to, I unless I feel like battling you, I'm not gonna try writing for you. I'm not. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna joke your life. I'm gonna try to do some jokes or just shit the bed. I don't care if I'm not getting paid. If there's no exposure for me, I mean, I
Right.
don't give a fuck.
Exactly. Exactly. I think nowadays, like people gotta realize their value. Like
Mhm.
like some people, yeah, you should battle for free.
Yeah.
Some people need to get paid. Like
Like,
after you
and I'm
put in
not
the
saying that I
time
need to get
and,
paid.
and,
Well,
and, and you prove that that you're dope and you get numbers.
yeah.
You prove that, then you should get paid for all your battles.
Well, for me, no. Like, if the opportunity is, I will always take an opportunity over a payday. Like, if Smack called me for a good battle, or King of the Dot or RB called me for a great battle, and they told me, can't really pay me a lot, I'll take the pay cut or no pay as long as the opportunity makes sense. Because I'm
Okay,
not
but
coming out there on my own fucking dime to rap versus Stabby McStab wound. I'm sorry, I'm not.
no, I definitely hear like exactly what you're just saying. Like what I said, some rappers should do free stuff, and then some
Yeah,
should get paid. If you're getting paid in the smaller leagues, and then the big leagues come at you, yes, do
that's
that
what
one for free.
that's what it's
Do that
about.
one
Yeah,
for free, or do that one for cheap. But then if you go to the majors, and then you have three super dope battles in a row,
yeah,
then it's like, hey, at some point, like I need to get paid. I just gave you three. I just gave you a bunch of dope battles. Like
yeah.
I've been killing on your league. But yeah, if you're coming up and it is an opportunity to get better
Hmm.
battles in the future,
Yeah.
then yeah, take that one for
Well,
cheap or
I also
free.
feel there's a like if
Do
you
you,
want to
do
get
you agree
like,
with that?
yeah, I agree with it. I do agree with
Yeah.
it. If you're a small fish and you're working your way up, you shouldn't have to ask for. You shouldn't be able to ask for anything. You should just be given whatever plate and
Yeah.
just shut your mouth and be happy with it. I'm the same way. Like, if I'm given a big opportunity, I'm not gonna bitch and complain about it, but it has to make sense to me. Like, I don't want to fly out to. I'm not gonna go battle a random fucking low tier that has no exposure in his own city, where he can't even get a crowd of 50 to 100 people to come out to watch him. I'm not going to go waste my time flying to New York, Missouri, wherever the fuck he is, to battle him for
Yeah.
your league. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. If he can't fill the
Yeah.
venue with his at least 50 people, 100 people of his own community that he's built in his own city, bro,
Right.
don't even call me. Don't even,
Exactly. Exactly. Like people have asked me to be on like the show like before, and people got mad when I tell them, hey, I can put in some work, put in a little bit more work, and then because like people that don't even have like a mixtape out, they'd be like, hey, I want to interview. I'm like, well, what am I going to interview about?
what do you want to talk about? So, how's that non existing mixtape sounding?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, do you have features on there? Like, what are the features? Oh, people that I haven't heard. Okay.
Trust me, wild, wild.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. I don't know. Like, for me, like, I'm in a weird spot in my life as well about ownership and creative control as well. Uh,
Yeah.
these minutes, these albums worth of material that we put together in one battle, in a 20-minute sitting of a viewing, is what people put in their whole catalog for an album to make millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, tour, world tour, keep repeating the material and singing it over and over every night.
Yeah.
There's no real, once our content is dropped on said channel, we have no creative rights to what they want to do with it. You know what I mean? There needs
Right.
to, if we can, one day we can really sit down in person and have a good conversation about creative control in battle
Uh,
rap, and where
hold on a minute.
these artists have to start controlling their own fucking work. Like, you know what I mean? If,
Hey, hold on a minute.
yeah,
Live's
what's
about
up?
live's about to. I think we've been going too long.
Oh,
I'm gonna end this, and I'm gonna restart it.
okay, sounds good.
We've been killing this. I think IG cuts off after an hour. I
Yeah,
think
it
it is.
does. It does. They did the same. I was watching Tory Lanez live the other night, and
Yeah.
they cut him half off, or even, sorry, the Scott Storch. Did you watch the Scott Storch versus
Yeah.
Manny battle?
Yeah.
That wasn't even fair, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Scott's like and like but I seen people talking about it. Manny Fresh, all those beats are produced by him solely.
Oh no, I'm not taking anything away from it.
Yeah, but
And Manny
like,
Fresh stuck to his
but
little.
the
Go ahead,
Scott
go ahead.
Storch beats are so big, but they're some of them are co-produced by Dre, some are co-produced by Timberland, right?
And you know what's scary about it? That is scary. That is scary. That Scott Storch was doing the keys to Still Dre, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Come
that's
on, bro.
insane.
Come on, bro. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's not even fair. But that's when you get a DJ when you get a DJ battle versus a producer battle. That is a producer
for
versus a
sure.
DJ. And like shout out to Manny Fresh. He literally created a whole sound and a wave through the Hot Boys and Cash Money Records and did it all on his own, you know what I mean? So but just Scott Storch got too many fucking hits for you, boy. I'm sorry. That shit was
Oh
wild.
man, I'm like lean back.
Come on, bro. Make it rain, lean back. He had the fucking oh my
Yeah,
god, he had the Beyonce song. Come on, bro. What are we talking
yeah.
about, bro?
The
And I
the,
don't
the,
even listen to
the
like
Eve
some of their
joint,
songs.
the Eve joint, the beat on that is like fucking.
Oh my god, the Eve joint too. Come on, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Me and my cousin actually we picked two artists on Spotify and we're like, yo, let's go song for song. And we did Drake versus Chris Brown.
Okay, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
We went 20 songs for 20 songs. And then we were thinking like, we are like, yo, who else has a huge catalog that can do that? 50 Cent versus like Eminem.
Imagine the producer battles of Imagine if you put Dre against Premier.
Incredible. I think Dre would take that by a landslide though.
Yeah.
Dre has about one album full of hits. That he doesn't even need to go into anything else. He could play literally his first album and win against anybody.
Yeah.
You
And
know
not
what
to
I mean?
mention 2001 is like fucking.
Bro, like what are we talking about? Nah, 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 nah. It's the
If
motherfucking
anybody's gonna come,
DLWG.
if anybody's gonna come close to him though, Premier's probably the closest one.
You
You
think
think
so?
so?
Beat wise?
Yeah.
I don't
There's
know,
like
bro.
Pharrell up there. Pharrell's up there.
Pharrell,
RZA.
I feel like Pharrell would probably be the closest in a sense for catalog as well. No, I think you're right. Premier would probably be the best bet. But the problem is like Premier has those cool sample do. Dr. Dre just has slap, 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 slap.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that quiet boom bap old school hip hop sound is gonna push. Bro, if he drops Still Dre, it's a rap. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. It's a fucking rap, bro. It's hard to beat Dre.
Yeah.
That's why I said 50 Cent. Like, that's why I say it's easier for artists, maybe, because it's just catalog versus catalog. Like,
I seen
50,
I seen
what's
Snoop
that?
Dogg I seen Snoop Dogg post on Timberland and Swiss been doing all the verses and stuff like that. I seen Snoop Dogg post like he's like Snoop Dogg versus anybody.
Yo, that's me. Yo, Snoop Dogg has a catalog and a
Snoop
half,
Dogg has
bro.
a catalog like
Bro, don't even get me started. Hey, he has the song "Beautiful" with Pharrell.
yeah, yeah.
What?
Drop
Fucking
it like
drop
it's
it like
hot.
it's hot. Come on, gin and juice. What are we talking about?
The
Sexual
whole Doggy Style
seduction.
album. The whole Doggy Style album.
The Dog
Right?
Father.
Yeah,
Stop it. Stop. It's not even fair.
yeah.
America's Most Wanted. Come on, bro. What are we talking about?
So like who would you put against?
For
Like
what?
you
For Snoop?
like what you have to put like Jay-Z or something?
No, 50.
50 against Snoop? Snoop's washing 50, I think.
Are you crazy?
No, no, I think
Yo, bro. Hold on. Really think about that for a second. Hold on. Catalog, incredible. Snoop Dogg has a huge catalog. So does 50 Cent.
yeah.
50 Cent just needs to play Get Rich or Die Trying front to back. And those are the first 14 songs. Every one of those songs is a slapper.
What if like Snoop Dogg
What?
just plays Doggy Style?
Bro, yeah, if he plays Doggy Style, Gin and Juice, I got you. But, bro, once you hear, oh, my God, what up, blood, what up, gangsta, it's a rap. Once you hear Many Men, it's a rap. Come
Many
on.
Men is probably one of my favorite 50
Come
songs.
on, bro. What are we talking about, bro?
Right? Many Men is probably one of my favorite 50 songs.
Incredible.
That one right there.
And let's not forget to mention that the G Unit mixtapes alone are a fucking problem. There's hundreds of records on there.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
could go through and just pick. And that's what I was saying. What was I doing? Like Lil Wayne versus like Lil Wayne versus Kanye West.
That'd be a good one.
That would be fire. Because Lil Wayne has a huge catalog. Like Kanye West has better albums. Lil Wayne has a crazier mixtape catalog that will compete with it no problem. Like, in my opinion.
Yeah. Mixtape Weezy.
Mixtape Weezy, bro. Come on. What are we talking about? Sky's the limit. Pussy Money Weed. Dick Pleaser. Oh my god! Like those 3 records alone is like it's like
when Lil Wayne just gets into his bag about talking about pussy, I think Lil Wayne talks about pussy like fucking like nobody else talks about pussy.
You see that Dave Chappelle skit? What do we got here? Pussy juice.
Dave Chappelle is like that show, one of the greatest shows of all time.
What, Chappelle Show?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite skit from it?
A lot of people like the Rick James.
That's
I'd probably go with I really like the Prince.
Prince shit? When they're playing ball and shit like that?
He dunks the ball and then he like lets go. He's like flowers.
Yo, hilarious. Hilarious.
But also like the blind KKK guy.
Yeah, Clayton Bigsby.
That one was really good.
That shit was fire.
Yeah.
He's a legend. He's a legend. Actually, on Netflix, they just dropped an award show for Mark Twain. Hi, Sarah. Love you. Sorry, one of my homegirls at the bottom joined. Who else is here?
Yeah.
Who else we got? We got Skinny Doom in the motherfucking building.
Nice. Skinny Doom. Yeah, so these times with all this quarantine shit, like people are just figuring out how to be creative in different ways. And I think like the entrepreneurs are really gonna find out a way to kind of like really come out of this and
definitely
and make big moves. And some people are gonna come out of like this quarantine like divorced and fat, and some people are gonna come out of this with a whole new mindset and ready to rock.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have 30 pages of rhymes in this motherfucker. Because I'm not battling. I'm not video battling. Unless like Smack or like King of the Dot calls me to be like, yo, we'll pay you like $400 to do a 1 round or $300 to do like a 1 round over video. Yeah, I'll do it. Besides that, bro, I'm keeping every clip I got.
Yeah. You're gonna have 30 pages of rhymes. I'm gonna have 30 of these interviews with different artists and shit.
There's 30 motherfucking interviews in this motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on my grind and shit like that for sure. I got another one at 6 o'clock tonight too.
Who you interviewing tonight at 6 o'clock?
Chris Thomas.
Chris Thomas, who's that? Why does that sound familiar?
He's a Toronto guy. He has music. Rapper. We had him on. Yeah, you're in Toronto. Like sometimes we go to Toronto to do the No Condom podcast.
Okay,
when we do that, you should come by and we joke about the craziest shit on there. Like
keep me in tune, tap in. I'm with it anytime, man.
Dope. But yeah, so we've been going for a bit. I want to save some stuff for when we sit down in person.
For a real interview when we're live one day. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So this has been a great talk. So
buddy Eddie, it's been a fucking pleasure. I appreciate you reaching out, my guy. It's actually love. It's real love to get like a little bit of notice from at least on the Canadian side of things and doing like these type of interviews. I always got love for this type of shit. So I appreciate you.
For sure. Anytime you got something coming up, let me know. We can do this again.
Sounds good, my guy. Of course. And good luck with your interview tonight as well.
Awesome.
Peace and love, my guy. Mob shit. We out in this bitch. You already know what it is. JoeyGambello.com. You heard? Eddie GTV.
And everybody that's come through this thing, make sure you follow both of us. And yeah.
Facts.
We're out. All right.
Don't follow me on Twitter. Follow me home. Bye. Oh my guy. Peace.
All right. Peace.